No matter the challenges, JFS is here. Whether dealing with the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy or the economic crisis, whenever the community is tested, JFS is here. And when a family has nowhere else to turn for help, JFS is here. And now, facing government cutbacks to our vital safety net, JFS is still here. We have to be. Now more than ever, it is up to each of us in the community to take care of our community.
One of the first organizations that the Jewish community set up in America was agencies that helped other people.
When I was 7, 8 years old, my mother and father had a kosher butcher store in Brooklyn. I would hear my mom say to a customer who couldn't afford to pay for the meat, "Don't worry about it, take it, feed your children."
My mother was a widow with 3 young children, and JFS gave us an opportunity to be part of something, a camp experience that I have to say is one of the best experiences of my life.
It's something that is inherent in our nature, in our culture.
So I saw then what it means to help our brothers and sisters, and it's been part of my persona for all of my life.
And the fact that I can give back to JFS is very important to me. And my husband and my children, we all understand how important it was in my development. And we see those successes every day here. Every child we help is me.
As your parent gets older, we just always expected to be able to be the people who cared for her needs the same way she had cared for ours.
I don't think anybody ever wakes up and goes, "I think I could take some care of somebody with Alzheimer's disease." If you have to do it, you just have to do it.
We had seen her regress from being functional to not being able to cook for herself.
When our husband of 52 years passed away, my wife and I decided it was not a very good idea for her to be living alone, and asked her to come live with us. And that was a really tough thing.
I realized that this was vital for both of my parents because they were both at home and aging and needed additional services.
I am alone all the time. My daughter works.
She was pretty despondent. I mean, and naturally, it's hard to know what to do for her, right? And no matter what you do, you're never sure if you're really getting through.
It became a 24-hour-a-day routine for me to care for her, so I sought help.
I don't think people understand that for me, an aging parent and dementia, it doesn't just affect the individual, it affects the entire family unit.
The government funds just aren't there anymore. It's the perfect storm for nonprofits, for failure, frankly, because government resources are shrinking. Individual donors, some of them are stressed. Our private foundations, it's getting harder and harder to get money. And in here in Bergen County, there's the thought, misperception, frankly, that everybody in Bergen County is doing well.
There are people who years ago never imagined that they would be recipients, that they would be in need, and God forbid it could happen to anybody at any time.
Every dollar helps someone. Every dollar helps a child. Every dollar goes to help a Holocaust survivor. Anyone in need in our community that comes to our doors, everybody gets help.
When there are people who are going through difficult economic times, they've lost jobs and it's a prolonged period of unemployment, they need to support their families. The food pantry is there, counseling is available, the mental health services.
It's mind-boggling that over 25,000 meals a year are delivered to people who cannot get out of their home.
It's so clear to me that the donor dollars are truly benefiting the people in need. And this is keeping them alive. And that's a lifeline. The aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, Jewish Family Service called my parents a number of times to make sure that they were okay and to see what they needed. So, I mean, that's really exceptional.
JFS was a lifesaver in several ways. They brought in or introduced Lifeline.
Necklace that my mom is wearing, which she's always wearing, and this could literally save your life.
JFS is a true lifesaver. Really, it's been phenomenal. I'd have to say it really saved Vera's life.
They devote their time to seniors and they call back, they answer the phones. What more can we ask? Thank God that they're here.
For From my experiences, JFS is about people. It's not about just being there and filling out forms with people in some kind of clerical sense, but rather in a very human way.
The care that we've gotten from Susan Goldstein, our case manager, has been wonderful.
Faith is a light at the end of a sometimes dark tunnel.
Whatever problem I have, I call Yana.
It's been phenomenal, especially because Yana does this from her heart.
We felt like Patty, was just one of our family members.
And I just pray that JFS will be able to continue doing this for others in need.
With your contribution, JFS puts our shared values into action, helping people in need, caring for our elders, and keeping our community strong. Over 3,000 people a year reach out to JFS for help, but the more they need us, the more we need you. It's up to all of us. Together, we make a difference.